Hello. It's been a bit. I need to get back into this voice. It's honestly been a week, so I've kind of slipped out of the voice a little bit, so I need to be a little bit aware of that. Voice training in general, to be honest. Hi, today we're playing the final canon Guilty Gear storyline with Izzy. With Guilty Gear Xrd Rev 2. There's a bit of a jump, and it's because of story reasons. They had to fridge the character for legal purposes. Basically like copyright. But I'll talk about that more once we get into the game. It won't take that long though. It's only gonna take like half an hour, 40 minutes, something in there. I have no clue what to do after. I mean, it's like I could go through spin-offs, because I could do like, you know, Death Strikers and all those, but I almost don't like those games enough to do them. Like, if I played Guilty Gear Iska, Death Strikers, or even Judgment to some extent, I feel like I'd just be complaining most of the time anyway. So, we have a couple options, obviously. We could either go into, something totally different. I mean, there's a temptation to just boot up Strive and try to get better at that, because it's been a bit since I've played Strive, to the point where I'm probably really rusty and I should probably like relearn mechanics before Dizzy comes out if I want to seriously get back into Guilty Gear a little bit. Because again, I've committed that, I've been saying this for a long ass time at this point, that when Dizzy gets in would be when I would seriously start trying to learn Guilty Gear, Strive specifically, and so I guess you know what they say, don't make promises you can't keep, so I actually do want to really grind out this game and actually try to get good at it. And this has been a long-term thing I've been wanting to do ever since like around time Strive came out, I want to say, or I forget. My timeline's all scrambled. When did Season 1 end? Last character was Testament. Was that Evo? That was March. I don't know when Testament was announced then. It must have been at some major, I think, because I remember like a live reaction to it at least. I like how the song is playing and I completely spaced out that, I'm literally talking about Testament and this song is playing. This was not on purpose, by the way, and it just like dawned on me the song is playing. Anyway, I forget when I got into Guilty Gear. I could look at my like dead name PlayStation profile to see trophy data, but that's a lot of work, so I genuinely don't know. Yeah, at some point I wanted to get back into Guilty Gear. It might have been, I think I got in, like, wait, I have a game clearing spreadsheet. What am I doing? Also, because we only have like one game I want to get through today, I'm like not worried about starting super promptly. 2021, Guilty Gear Strive. So I went through the story and arcade modes for Xrd Rev 2 in August to September 21, which was me trying to get back into Guilty Gear. Because Strive had, I think, just come out, and I wanted to make a concerted effort to try to get better at these games, because again, I played Accent Core a lot, but not like super dedicated, and then, you know, lockdown and everything, so I figured, hey, this would be a good time to actually get good at Guilty Gear and try to get back into the series. Like, I was aware of Xrd and everything, I never played it until, like, 21, and it was also because it was like $15. So it's like, if I'm gonna dabble in Guilty Gear, Xrd would be a good starting point to see if I like modern Guilty Gear. So I started with that one, enjoyed it a lot, and then jumped into Strive a little bit later. My spreadsheet says 829 to 921. I think that's just me watching the story mode though, and doing like a couple of arcade runs. I don't entirely know what that entails, to be honest. I didn't actually write down what it entails. Normally I do for games like this. but I kind of spaced out. I was on a fighting game kick, because the game immediately after on my spreadsheet is Melty Blood, Actress Again Current Code. So yeah, I was just kind of in a weird mood during early lockdown of really wanting to play fighting games for some reason. So yeah, it was August 2021. Oh yeah, that's basically what happened. I didn't really have a main, is actually what I'm thinking of. So I didn't really play super seriously still in Strive until much later, because I kind of was having a hard time finding a main. When I got back into the series again, I had studied more of the lore. What am I doing on this screen? I can easily just jump over to the screen instead of just staring at an emission screen the whole time. But hi, welcome. I'm waving even though I don't have hand tracking. What was I talking about? Alright, basically... I just dabbled with a bunch of the roster for a long time. I ended up selling on Ramlethal for a long time. And Testament, I think, is the character that got me to buy the season pass. Hello, welcome. We're just chatting, because I'm not really in a rush to start. It's gonna be a really low-key stream. And again, I don't even know what we'll do after. Maybe I'll just, again, boot up Strive and see how ranked goes there. No idea. I feel like I'm slightly crooked, so I'm gonna reset this here. Yeah, I think I was off-center for some reason. So yeah, I really wanted to play Testament, and then I didn't. For some reason, I didn't quite click with Testament's playstyle, unfortunately. So then flash forward to that Evo, actually, which would have been Evo 22, when they announced Bridget. I always have to second guess myself. It's like, I want to say Brisket, or Basket, or Bucket, or, you know. But yeah, when they added Bridget, that's when I started, like, really lapping at things. But even then, I never got past, like, rank 7 or something. But then, when Elfelt dropped in December, I did jump back into the game to try to learn Elfelt. And I did enjoy it a lot. Again, like I said before, she's basically no Vermilion from BlazBlue, and she was my main for a long time in BlazBlue, so I immediately clicked there. But not like seriously, I'd say. I don't know what it was, but the playstyle didn't quite mesh with me. I feel like even if I played BlazBlue again, I would not actually play Noel. I'd probably switch over to someone else, but I have no clue who. Gut instinct is Kokonoi, but that only applies to like Central Fiction. And is she in any other game, actually? Or is she just in Central Fiction? I don't even think she's in Cross Tag Battle. Unless I'm misremembering. I'm really behind on my BlazBlue lore, that's another problem. That's something I thought about as doing game clearing streams, but my literal hang-up right now is I don't know what to call game clearing streams. Like, I genuinely don't know if I should say game clearing, because that feels kind of derivative. I mean, I don't need to give, like, a name to everything. I don't know. It's complicated. But basically, I want to do, like, first playthroughs at some point. For example, going through, what's it called? Yeah, BlazBlue. I already forgot, and I was just talking about it. I am not all here today, just as a heads up, which is why this is going to be like a low-key part, except for I'm going to try to be really on the ball while we're talking about Dizzy, again, because the whole point of this playthrough is to, like, go through all of our lore pre-Strive to kind of, like, show why I like this character so much. At the end of this, I actually almost want to do, like, a little talk at the end, just to explain, like, to just fully sum up my opinion on why I like Dizzy so much. But again, I hope it's been fairly obvious, or not fairly obvious, but like, I hope it makes sense based on what has been shown in this playthrough so far, why I like this character so much. Again, it's like weird. I didn't really care for her going in just because her outfit's suggestive as heck in the early games especially. But then getting back into the series and getting deeper into like the lore and everything, I definitely clicked with the character a lot more. So again, interesting juxtaposition there. But I think I've rambled enough for now. So we're actually going to jump into the game now. It's going to be a blank screen for a bit because the game needs to start up. It's a PC game. Noel to Tsubaki and Izuyoi, and then dabbled in with Mai as well. Mai is also like kind of tempting to try to learn. Anyway, we are jumping into the final canon Guilty Gear for this little Dizzy retrospective pre-Strive. So the Team Red designation is interesting because there really isn't like a Team Blue anymore, which was more like the Blaze Blue side of things. Also, it's a weird case where the intro movie doesn't play on its own, so I'm just gonna sit here for a moment so we get to see it. It's one of those situations where patches were only sort of becoming a thing at this point, so sometimes they would go all the way to just making an updated version. So the first version of Xrd is actually Xrd Sign, but Dizzy isn't in that one beyond a brief story appearance. She's not actually playable until Rev 2, so that's why we're skipping that. She's also, like, barely in Guilty Gear 2 Overture, which is why we're skipping that one as well. So again, if we're specifically focusing on the games with Dizzy, we have a bit of a jump here, and I do want to go into that, because it's the whole complicated mess of why the story ends up being done the way it is, actually. But this is the most feature-complete version of Rev 2, even, because the Steam version specifically does have rollback netcode. I don't think they even added that to the PS4 version, if I'm remembering right, or at least I don't think they did. Also, obviously no crossplay because of that. In general, people still really like this game a lot, and Accent Core for that matter, just because, again, some people actually find the simplified gatlings, for example, and the wall breaks of Strive to be, like, a weird change, so some people still swear by the older Guilty Gears as well as a lot of fun. First of all, let's check settings. I think I messed something up, because one cool feature in this game is you can actually do, like, system voice settings, so you can have like actual characters as the announcer. Obviously the most famous one is May, because she cannot pronounce Elfelt, but since this is the Dizzy playthrough that I have done up to this point, we'll have Dizzy as the system voice. But before we jump into actually playing the game, I do want to quickly dive into the terminology list for a moment. This game and Strive both have huge compendiums talking about all the characters and lore, and even like development stuff, and even entries for like the actual games. It's very thorough, though I'm pretty sure there are some mistranslations and typos from time to time, so it's not like an end-all be-all source, and even then some things happen retconned out. A major example is Dizzy, where this very game essentially retcons a small element of her bio. So to give a bit of explanation about the jump from Accent Core to Rev 2, if I'm not mistaken, what happened was Sega merged with the company Sammy, that was the original publisher of Guilty Gear, and because of some legal issues, they basically weren't allowed to use characters other than Sol or Kai, if I'm not mistaken. So they wanted to do like a story-driven Guilty Gear, but unfortunately couldn't even like include a lot of the characters, so there's a lot of original characters in that particular game. One of the most odd inclusions in that game is actually Dizzy, though, who basically is a major player because the antagonists want to collect her gear cells in order to try to resurrect Justice. and as Justice's daughter, obviously there's a genetic match. However, because of this, a bunch of gears, including Dizzy, start to disintegrate, basically, and as a result, Kai seals her away in like another dimension, but that causes her in the main world to look like she's just like frozen or like turned to stone or something. So Guilty Gear 2 Overture, another weird quirk, is because of not having the rights to certain characters, specifically I think X characters, more so than like Guilty Gear 1, because they do name drop Justice, but for Dizzy, they just call her the Maiden of the Grove because they apparently literally couldn't refer to her by name because of these legal issues. So, by the end of Xrd Sign, the seal is broken and she's back and reunites with Kai and Sin. By the way, they have a son named Sin. But anyway, in terms of like the way this game is structured, and I think Sign is structured the same way, story mode is actually not playable. In this case, it's basically a visual novel. In Strive, it's basically an anime cutscene. Spin Costco. I'm trying to understand this reference, actually. Maybe I'm just very tired at the moment. But yeah, basically the story mode is completely non-interactive beyond, like, you know, you can mash through text if you want. Instead, the arcade mode essentially acts as... Oh, Sinkisk, I get it now. The arcade mode basically works like... Well, episode mode is basically your arcade mode, and show prequel storylines to set up the plot of both Xrd Sign in that game, and also Rev 2's story, like Accent Core to X2 Reload and Slash, and also the Midnight Carnival. When they actually updated the gameplay for Rev 2, they also expanded on the story. It's a completely different story that picks up from where Xrd Sign leaves off. That is a lot to explain, actually. Again, Guilty Gear is a weird series in how it structures itself sometimes. I'm gonna be a little bit risky. I'm gonna leave it at normal. The entire playthrough so far I've been sticking with beginner difficulty because I'm not that good. But I'm actually kind of feeling confident-ish with this game, to the point where I kind of want to actually see if I can get through it on normal. If you actually lose too much, it will go down in difficulty, and that's fine. Span Columbo. I guess Sin Kisk is a harder character to come up with, like, derivative names for. I like how the curse is already on Dizzy because I was doing a practice run. I also have a lot of the colors unlocked. Even compared to Strive, Xrd has a very different art style, I feel. It's hard to put into words, in my opinion, like, why this feels so different. But it definitely still feels distinct even from Strive. But also, hello, welcome everybody. We're just gonna get started with the gameplay right now. And I'm also not gonna talk about cutscenes as usual, so if I'm quiet for a bit, that's why.
Sol と共に元老院の侵略を退けたカイ。しかしそれはより巨大な陰謀の前触れに過ぎなかった。さらなる熾烈な戦いを予想し、一抹の不安を宿すカイの瞳の色をディズィーは見逃さなかった。
まさか再生するとは。
パラダイムさんの話ではもう少し時間がかかるそうですよ。らしくないですよ。あなたが弱気になるなんて。
そう見えますか。
そのような目で見ては剣がかわいそうです。
私の剣はいつの間にこんなにも短くなったのでしょう。以前はこの切っ先が届く中に世界が収まっていたのに。
覚えていますか？初めて出会った時のこと。あの時の言葉を今度は私が届けましょう。あなたを切ります。ギアには生きる価値がありませんか？私、それとライケンさん、日が暮れる前に帰りましょうね。
私はただ仲間を守りたいだけです。
守る。私もです。私もただ自分の世界を守りたいだけ。
言葉がわかるのですか？ならば我々は戦う必要などない。
いいえ、人が大きな力を恐れることは理解しています。互いに火がなくとも争いは起きる。
未知のものを恐れているだけです。
怪我をしないように気をつけて。まずどうぞ。
Alright, so we are jumping into gameplay. It would actually be very helpful if I was tapped into the game. This is like a very fun Guilty Gear to play. Definitely the most well-rounded of like the X-style games. It's also so mechanically dense that I will probably forget most of the combos I was practicing. But yeah, we have some interesting story beats going on. There's definitely a joke to make about Kai having issues with his sword, but I shall refrain for now. But also we have a bit of a retcon as well in terms of the story of Guilty Gear X actually, because of basically the introduction of the concept that Kai encounters Dizzy, and that's how they find out about her, and that's what eventually causes the bounty. So, yeah, it's very interesting how they basically went back to Guilty Gear X and added a bit to the overall lore there to establish a bit more of a connection between these characters. Playing on normal might have been a mistake, actually. I'm kind of getting bodied already. So, definitely doesn't bode well for later. Definitely need to, like, be a little bit more careful. And again, I need to remember to actually engage with the system mechanics of the game. That is the wrong input for that. So yeah, in general, Xrd is very fun. Again, it does have rollback, though I don't know how many people are like playing generally at this point. I can't imagine it's that many, because a lot of people did move over. But a lot of the Guilty Gears that got rollback, and a lot of the Arc Sys games in general that got rollback, do still have pretty healthy player bases still, because these updates, you know, injected new life into these games. So other than having like bonus cutscenes throughout, it's basically just a standard arcade mode of sorts. And again, it's very interesting how this game handles its arcade mode by integrating it into the story, but also having the story mode separate. And this is also still a very pretty game. This is the PC version, obviously, since I've been hyping up rollback this whole time. But it still holds up pretty well visually, but again, it does still have a very unique vibe compared to Strive. Like, visually, it doesn't feel quite the same, despite going for the same cel-shaded art style. I kind of feel like, you know, visually, some characters, like, Dizzy has really large eyes in her in-game model, which definitely feels like a readability thing. Like, being able to read expressions with, like, smaller sprites, probably partly because this game was originally for PS3, actually. At least, like, Xrd Sign was. I don't know if Rev 2 made it to PS3 or not. But I wonder if they exaggerated some of the proportions of characters just to make things a little bit more, like, readable for like a 720p game, and thus with Strive, they kind of didn't need to do that as much. That might be like reading way too much into it potentially. Disney's very interesting in this game. She has a lot of her core kit from older games, but for example, like this like stab move here used to be like 5S, and now is like 4S, which does take some getting used to, obviously. That is not the super I wanted to do, but that's fine. A lot of her other moves are the same or have variations, like Necro has more like variations of attacks, rather than like, you know, this for example. So yeah, definitely a very well-rounded interpretation of this character, and a lot of fun. But again, also a little bit overwhelming as someone who's just been practicing a whole lot of X and Double X in all those games. It's a little bit overwhelming having this many tools, to be honest, and again, as someone who's put more time into Strive also, it's a bit overwhelming. But there's a lot of charm, like there's a lot of custom win quotes for characters, which is very fun. You know, characters like Bedman, who will just like text wall you after winning. Dizzy's very cute. Again, I've definitely warmed up to her as a character, even beyond just like, you know, I guess maybe when I first got into Guilty Gear with Accent Core, I thought, oh, she's just like a fan service character. So I found that kind of off. But then it's like, she's got a really deep story even beyond that. And the more they cover her up, I think the more like her story aspects shine through. Which obviously culminates in Strive, just giving her like a queen dress. Why isn't Answer back, actually? Now that I think about it, it'd be interesting to see if they would bring Answer into Strive. Again, Guilty Gear is a series where the characters I care about, I like know everything about. A lot of the other characters that I'm like not as familiar with, I can't really tell you much about. So like I can't really explain much about Answer, unfortunately. Genuinely don't know his phone call man. Basically. Ow. He's a very cool character, I just don't know anything about his story. Some of the characters, especially the newer ones, kind of don't have a lot going for them. Answer has a scarf and a phone and a snick. Yeah, he's got a really cool instant kill, so that obviously helps a lot. But yeah, I don't know much about his actual, like, story. And it's like the same thing with like Giovanna, for example. I think she's a really cool character, but being only in the one game so far, she ends up being a little bit like shallower than some of the characters who have like a lot more established history in the series. Yeah, I'm just kind of button mashing, to be honest. Is that what I meant to do? I don't think that's what I meant to do. Also, at some point, we do need to show off Dizzy's instant kill. Because it is considered the best instant kill in the game, partly because of how varied it is. And so it works for Chips, Ninja Nation. That would make a lot of sense. It's also interesting that there's still kind of the Disney princess energy of her being like connected to nature and animals. But yeah, having custom like win quotes for everybody at the end is really nice. But I imagine also it was easier for this game because only Sign had a dub. Rev 2 didn't. So by that point, I think it was just a money reason at that point. But having less languages to adapt the game into would help quite a bit in terms of stuff like that. Alright, so we got Soul. This is gonna go very badly, probably. Case in point, ouch, Soul hits like a truck, which is part of the reason. Also, like, Dusts actually have a dash version instead of like a vertical version, so that's also really cool. Alright, let's try a thing. This is probably a mistake, because I'll burn my meter if I mess this up. Okay, we got it, cool. First try. Yeah, basically every character has an instant kill. It's way easier than in the older games for Dizzy, because her input is hell in the older games. But yeah, this is considered one of the best instant kills, because every character has a very specific reaction to this. Also, instead of saying destroyed, it says surrendered because they just give up, which makes sense.
私勝利です
Unlike in like Guilty Gear 1, it's only a round. It doesn't count for the whole match. I'm pretty sure in Guilty Gear 1, if you actually IK, it will count as like an entire like set win basically, which is definitely a little bit broken. But let's be real, everything is broken in Guilty Gear 1. It's a fun game, I imagine, with people. Without people, it's awful. I'd say Guilty Gear 1 is like pretty painful to play. She also has a special like other super too, Imperial Gamma Ray as usual. There's also a weird gimmick with it, which I probably can't show off because I'm currently dying. There we go, actually got it first try. Weirdly enough, it actually destroys part of her outfit at low health, which basically gives her like her X and double X design back. Though I actually don't know if it counts for the cutscene or not. Yeah, it doesn't seem to count for that, which makes sense.
ありがとう
Which also makes sense because they do a flashback, so they just put her in that outfit anyway, so it makes sense that they'd have it. Actually, it does look like her like main shirt's gone. Burger Sheriff sighted. Isn't he like Gold Lewis's brother or something? Com level normal, oh boy, it's going up. Again, I've never actually tried this difficulty before. I almost always would play it at beginner. And now we're going up against Faust right as the difficulty increases, so I am going to get bodied. No, it did. Don't ask me how closely I looked. I mean, to be fair, I'm also that way with Izzy, to be perfectly honest.
怪我をしないように気をつけて待つ
Yeah, she's very cute in this game. Though I almost feel like something is kind of lost a little bit in terms of like, you know, she's less afraid of herself now, so she's got a very different energy in this game compared to in the older games where they kind of like toy around with like the monster designs a little bit more, like kind of merging with Necro for one super. Wow, he is really enjoying dusts at the moment. I'm not a fan. Alright, cool. Also, I do like how this... Also, by the way, I just want to point this out. All of our specials have the weirdest names. And if they keep these for Strive, I'm really looking forward to the narrator reading out all of these. Though I'm sure some in this list is going to get trimmed down, because this is a lot to take in. Yeah, very, like, specific names, and they actually, like, get renamed a lot. So it's like, these are a lot of the same moves, it's just they have slightly different names compared to in the older games. Yeah, this is a very flashy game, and I think Arxis really, like, for a first effort at this is, like, amazing still. Like, a very pretty game, but obviously, yeah, it's a lot. Xrd definitely is, like, almost a case of scope creep to some extent, and this is why a lot of, like, hardcore fighting fans still love and swear by Xrd, but I, as a very casual Guilty Gear player, am like, what am I looking at? And just kind of, like, my eyes glaze over a bit looking at all the combos, so I definitely kind of, you know, I understand the criticism. Oh. Dang. So yeah, this is Faust's, like, famous super. Ow. That did a lot of damage. So yeah, that was obviously just, like, changed to for very obvious reasons in the Strive to the stretcher super, or like the wheelchair super, which gives you the same effect of just, like, you know, character reacts big to something Faust does. It's really wacky. He's a really good character though, like, very fascinating. Like, he's just kind of like this silly little guy, as they say, but he also has, like, really, like, deep dark moments too, that really ground him. So it's, like, really fascinating how much Guilty Gear sometimes will have, like, really goofy characters with, like, really, like, human moments that are why I love the series so much, to be honest. This is not going great, unfortunately. I knew it wouldn't. Ow, we might die here, actually. We're kind of outranged is our problem, and I'm also really not sure about fighting Faust, usually. I'm probably burning meter for nothing here, but there we go. trying to take it back a little bit. I don't know how I won that. That was way too close. Also, by the way, the Imperial Gamma Ray Super does take, instead of half meter, it takes the entire meter. So is like definitely a, it does like 40 to 50%, but it burns all your tension gauge. So it makes sense that it's like super broken. It's also weird in the X games how much history these two characters have together, and that carries on beyond just like the X games, because apparently it's like heavily implied in the lore that like Faust helped to deliver Sin when he was born, so it's like, that's an interesting choice for a doctor for this, but again, there's like anti-Gear sentiment because of Justice, so like Kai and Dizzy's relationship is very much on the down low until this game actually, where Dizzy, after being, you know, unfridged, they basically, like, she basically ends up helping out a lot to, like, you know, protect the kingdom from an attack, so it kind of turns around anti-Gear sentiment because of that. There's a whole after story episode about it, after story episode A, which is like all the after stories and actually all the main story stuff anyway is all on the official Arxis YouTube, subtitled even, though I think it's all in Japanese anyway, and like with English subtitles built in. But basically, I would recommend watching After Story A, just because it's like, it's bad guy Kisk family bonding, quote unquote, and it's like the funniest part of the game in my opinion. Just like Soul and Kai trying to work through their feelings on essentially like Soul being Kai's father-in-law at this point. And it's like, yeah, in my opinion, one of the funniest parts of like Guilty Gear storytelling ever. It's really good. Also, Dizzy still can like double air dash too. She can even go like back and forth like this for like a real weird mix-up there if you want, but I'm not that good at the game. Oh boy, we're kind of pinned down. Zato's like alive. That's another thing worth mentioning. Also, the opening cutscene mentions the Conclave. If I'm not mistaken, that's part of the post-war administration bureau. Also, the one with Venom and Robokai is very good too. Venom and Robokai in general are very good characters. And again, Robokai is also like a character who has really good like human moments, despite just also being like very good for comedic purposes as well. So Guilty Gear is very good at actually using its characters for both like human drama and also like just silly goof off set piece moments. Venom is a fantastic character, from what I understand. And again, if I had any idea of how to play as Venom, I would almost consider going through all of his story modes too, like we're doing with Dizzy. And again, it would ironically be the exact same games, because this first game was also X. We are doing shockingly well, to be honest. I'm a little bit worried about the final fight. Also, May's hard for me to fight, so this is a problem. You know, me, oh.
私のこの力はただ壊す力。教えてください。何かを守る覚悟とは、誰かを傷つける覚悟なのですか？
その問いは難しいですね。答えを一つに絞り込むには人は幼すぎる。しかしこれだけはわかります。誰も傷つけない世界があったとしても、人が傷つかない世界はありません。いいえ、その傷を背負わない世界を私は人の世だと思えません。だから私は誰かを傷つけうる力や行いにどんな意味があるのかを考えるべきだと思います。
力の意味？
自らに問うこと。それをやめてしまった時こそ、人は誰かを傷つけても気づかなくなる。それはどんな暴力よりも恐ろしいことです。
私にもあなたのような心の強さがあれば。
そう思うのはあなたの心に椅子がないからでしょう。
椅子？
立ち話では心を開いた話はできない。だからあなたを切ります。え？
So I think the takeaway of the story mode is that Kai Kisk has really interesting Riz. For lack of a better term there. Yeah, I'm not really great at fighting Mei. For whatever reason, it's like Mei shouldn't be a hard matchup, and yet. So, we'll see how this goes. Also on normal difficulty, which I normally don't play on. And also I don't know what the hell she can do in this game. So, being a little bit cautious. Also, Xrd has really good music. I almost feel like the Sign and Strive songs end up getting a lot more attention, because Xrd was kind of almost overlooked in a way, because it doesn't have like the cult classic appeal of like, or it's not as much of a cult classic because of how many iterations it got, and also being on Wii in the case of Accent Core Plus. But I almost feel like Xrd was a little bit overlooked, though I don't think it sold like badly or anything. It still had a pretty healthy like competitive scene. Totsugeki, hello Zarin, welcome. I hope everyone's having an alright day. I am very tired. I stayed up too late when I should have gone to bed early because I knew I would be streaming. But hi! Just gonna take a moment right now to say Zarin is very cute. As I'm struggling to get any momentum in this fight. That is Roman cancel. Please go into IK mode, Dizzy. There we go. So, hey, remember how I talked about not liking fighting Mei? There's a reason for that. Because Mei is, like, very oppressive at times if she just starts spamming, dolphins. I mean, this is the second to last fight of story mode. If I lose this one, I'm not gonna even be that mad, just because we're at the end. It should be difficult. Also, I just remembered, like, the, Wait, what would that be? 632? No. Whatever, like, forward circle, like, kick is, that move. The little, like, flame wheel. I just remember that move. Ow. Okay. Oh boy, ow. Ow. I did not mean to Roman cancel, but that actually worked out in my favor. Cool.
Yes.
どうしてですか？あなたには何度も私を撃てる機会がありました。どうしてそうしなかったのですか？
あいつの言葉を思い出しました。言葉をこじらせると伝わるはずの気持ちが伝わらなくなる。知ってほしかったんです。あなたの力を受け止められる人間もいるということを。
私、それとカイさん、日が暮れる前に帰りましょうね。あの時あなたはこう言いました。力とは大きさで測るものではない。100人の言葉が1人の独裁者に届かないことがあれば、1人の言葉が100人を奮い立たせることもある。力とはその時々で形を変える。求められるのはその意味だと。私の力も今は意味を持っています。
なるほど。
怪我をしないように気をつけて。まずどうぞ。
Alright, final fight of Dizzy's episode mode is obviously Kai, which I wonder if they will do that for Strive too. Oh, we are getting kind of bodied here. Everyone in chat is cute, by the way. Head pats if you have them. Because I probably won't be able to say much in this fight beyond that, because I am in focus mode. Okay. We can still pull this off, I think. Not if I throw it away like that. Ow. Okay, just run right into that. That works for me, Kai. Thanks. Yeah, I'm not used to the AI being this aggressive because I never play on this difficulty, so I am like actually sweating a bit here, both literally and figuratively. I like how like hair ribbons also go down with her emotion. Just very emotive characters, and again, almost more emotive because again, I think the eyes are bigger for a lot of characters. Oh, with that opportunity, I also am not roaming canceling enough, which roaming cancel is very broken in this game. It's actually like a notorious issue apparently, that like YRC is like extremely overpowered or something. Okay, you can just spam that move, that works. Yeah, I'm at a bit of a loss of what to do here. Oh good, that hit, because we desperately needed that. Hi, welcome, we're just winning that. Pure luck, yeah, no kidding game, thank you.
今はちゃんと椅子がありますから。あなたが無事に帰り、そこに座ることができるように。
ありがとう。
So that was Daisy's episode mode. She doesn't really play a huge role in the actual story mode, unfortunately. Again, mostly just helping to save the day, in terms of like keeping the town safe, if I recall correctly. The story modes in these games are very like wordy, like surprisingly so, in a way that's kind of like overwhelming. There's a lot of lore. But hi, welcome. I'm doing okay, I think. I'm a little bit, like, tired for one thing. I definitely didn't get enough sleep. That's my own fault. But also, I just kind of feel like there's stuff happening, and I don't really want to go into it, though. But I'll be okay. Yeah, Dizzy is a character that does mean a lot to me, and I hope going through all the games where she has, like, major story events and like character development helps to show why I care about this character so much, why I connect with this character so much. For better or worse, you know, the overall theme of Dizzy is that she's a half gear, she's extraordinarily powerful, hence her instant kill move. But also, she has a pure heart and wants like to basically find a family and find people who she basically needs to feel loved in a way, is kind of my interpretation. First with the jellyfish pirates, having a found family there and falling in love with Kai and having Sitten as well. So she ends up having a family, and it also keeps getting bigger because then there's all the Valentines who are all derived from Arya Hale, as is Jacko. So again, ends up being a very big family, basically. So a very like wholesome story in as Guilty Gear ways you can get of just being incredibly convoluted and a little bit obtuse at times, but in general, I just find the story really charming, I guess, for lack of a better way to put it. And like, I don't know if this is a weird comparison, but I feel like I relate to Dizzy on some level as someone who has gone through a lot of anxiety about a lot of things in life. So, and just like being afraid of hurting people and things of that nature. So that aspect of Daisy's character also clicks with me a lot in terms of her sort of like not learning to not be as afraid of herself, basically, and opening up to others. I think it's a very powerful story, and again, this is why Dizzy is effectively my favorite Guilty Gear character at this point. I don't think I explained that as well as I could have, to be honest. I'm definitely very, like, tired, so that probably could have been explained a little bit better. Interesting how Sega's still in the credits of this, so kind of a full circle moment. I don't even know why, if it was like for the arcade version. Probably for the arcades, because I know Sega has like a huge arcade business. But yeah, I'm definitely excited to see where Disney's story goes for Strive, though the arcade modes aren't as like interconnected with the story. They're a little bit more standalone, but still have like good character moments, so I am very excited about that. So we've got, what, 2 weeks to go until she drops in Strive. So yeah, very much looking forward to that. Alright, we actually had a pretty good run, obviously a new record, because again, I almost never play on normal. 2 weeks till Halloween, yeah. I don't know what I'll do there, if I'll just move the stream. I might just do like a Thursday stream instead of a Wednesday stream just to play her day one, farm all the people trying to get used to her gameplay. In terms of like ranked matchmaking. But yeah, we'll see. In terms of other Guilty Gears, I don't know. I'm not really feeling jazzed to play the others right now, but it's also partly just I'm really tired. So for like this Dizzy retrospective / history of the character and like talking about why I care about her so much, I think this is a good place to call that. Because again, a lot of the other games don't even have that much story, like Iska doesn't. Dust Strikers kind of just goes through like events that don't really connect as deeply, so I almost feel like this is a good way to close out this little mini marathon of sorts. So yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this and also have a better understanding of the character as well. I hope I can like share my love of this character and explain like why she means so much, why I've been hoping she'd get into Strive for 4 seasons now, basically, at this point. And yeah, she's finally getting in. So yeah, I think that about wraps up my thoughts on this for now. Now the awkward thing is, that only took like an hour. I don't know what to do now, because that's kind of like what I wanted to show for Xrd at least. So I don't know what to do with the remaining like hour of the stream. Because like I don't imagine the online is going to be very populated, and if it is, it's going to be people who are like really good at the game, or the people who haven't moved over to Strive because they like this one better, and thus I'll get my ass kicked. So maybe we shouldn't do that. So yeah, in general, I do really like Xrd. It is still probably my least played Guilty Gear. You know, one thing I can do, see if I can remember how to do this, and also, like, show off some stuff here. But yeah, this is a long move list, but also Xrd is known for having a pretty decent tutorial, so just to show this off a little bit. Also, Dizzy's theme is really nice. That's another thing I really love about Guilty Gear is the music. This is not a surprise to anybody, probably, who knows me. But with Guilty Gear, X and Double X, they often reuse a lot of themes, just kind of, you know, cleaned up a bit as hardware got better. But basically, starting with Xrd, they ended up, like, giving everyone new themes. I totally forgot about that move. But also, because of that, it's interesting to see what they do with character themes. I don't think this is as good as Of She, which again, is my go-to for favorite Guilty Gear song of the, like, XXX era. But this is still a pretty good song, I'd say. The other fun thing is there's, like, dust variations of, like, a lot of moves, too. So again, it's one of the most robust move lists, for better or worse. It's very overwhelming at times. Like, I forget to use this move all the time. This one's kind of like a move in X, but I think it was like forward circle slash in that one. Again, her move list is very like, what are these move names? She has this like bubble too, that if you actually pop it, it ends up dealing additional damage, so that's cool. In midair you can also like aim it a little bit, but it's also like not a move I like using, just because it's a little obtuse. But it's kind of interesting because this song does have like the opening riff of She at one point, so a lot of the songs do like use motifs from older Guilty Gear songs as a callback, so I'm really fascinated to see what they do with her theme in Strive, is what I'm trying to say. Again, that took a long time to get to that thought. Also, my one issue with the song is I really like Marionette, and the song is just kind of like Marionette a little bit, which is Elfelt's theme. Also, there's a burst version of Imperial Ray. I totally forgot about that, to be honest. I forget there are burst supers in this game. And you have this special. I want to say there's something kind of like that in the older games, but it's got a really weird input that they eventually changed to basically this or something. That's the wrong input. Also, you can even have little sample videos play if you want to get a better idea of how to input them. A Gamma Ray is still the same as usual, input-wise. Which, from what I recall reading, is actually like an inverse of one of Justice's supers in one of the games, where it's like literally like a reverse input of that. So, you know, like mother like daughter, I suppose. I'm also using an 8-bit though M30. For some reason I find it really hard to hit all 4 buttons at once, which wasn't a problem for the other games because you can hotkey that. I don't have it hotkeyd in this game, so I actually have to manually press those 4 buttons. If I had a lot more like time and energy, it would be funny to go through some of these scenes, because again, everyone reacts differently to this. Yeah, there's a lot of combo tutorials. I don't even know how viable a lot of these are, in terms of like competitive play, but it can be fun to just kind of mess around with. My thumb has been hurting all week, no joke, because I was literally trying to do these combos off screen to get ready for this playthrough. Wrong input. Wait, crouching, okay. Too slow. Still too slow, but with the dust this time. And like Soul has to be in the air for this to actually work, which is the tough part. There we go. Almost too low actually. I'm amazed that worked. Dizzy is considered a pretty good character in this game if I'm remembering right. But yeah, you also have like these jump cancel combos, which are really cool. Okay. I'm not promising going through all the combos, by the way. I'm just kind of messing around because, again, I have time to kill. I'm pressing jump too early. I double tap either kick or slash, I think. I button mash too much, that's a general problem. I don't like manually meticulously input everything. Is that a thing, actually? Like, do pros button mash? Now I'm just being stubborn. Because I know I can do this, I've done it before. There we go. So now jumping K, heavy slash, cage. I kind of like jumping into this one a little bit, like... Why did I press dust there? Wow, that was just really easy. I remember struggling with that off screen. Close range That's the other quirk. There's actually, like, long distance slash, and then, like, a close range. These combo into each other, by the way. It's just button mash for the most part. Remembering a bunch of combos and pulling them off is why I don't really dive too much into fighting games. That is very fair. This one's actually really annoying. Like, the timing of the Imperial Ray has to be very precise to actually catch Soul in the air. That might be too early, actually. Nope, that was good. Cool. So now we get into the... We're starting to get into the esoteric stuff. We can do a... Actually, I'm gonna push Soul into the corner, just to make this easier on myself. Jump K... Jump K... Punch... Heavy slash. Okay, you have to be, like, pretty high up. Okay, that was too slow. That was also... wrong input. Also didn't air dash, I don't think. This was definitely a headache when I was getting into Guilty Gear again, because, like, remembering what buttons kick and punch and heavy slash, that was annoying. At least I've gotten past that part of, like, learning Guilty Gear. Also, like, you know, she's a boss song. So it's like, this is like a very, like, triumphant song comparatively, and I think that's very fitting for her, given the arc that she goes through, that she's, like, no longer afraid of herself as much. Though again, there's still definitely indications that, like, you know, she still is very powerful and can definitely mess people up if she wanted to. But she is more in control of her powers than ever before, which is, like, why I think the song is really good, and why a lot of the songs in Guilty Gear are really good in general, is because they have, like, themes to them. Even the ones without lyrics tend to have, like, themes. This is where I tap out, usually. The advanced combos are, like, a lot. Like, just looking at this is, like, how? It's, like, chaining together everything. And so let's actually jump ahead. I just want to show off the sample, to see what this is. Like, you do 2 air dashes, then, like, jump H into 236. I think that's 236. I don't have a number pad at the moment. My keyboard doesn't have one, so that's why I'm like, I can't do numpad notation. You can actually chain these two together? What's that? Because it's like showing that you can actually chain both. I guess you can, yeah, that actually works. And then, like, Roman cancel after. Dang. You put a lot together. That's this one. And, like, double of this into this. God, that's so much. Yeah, this is the wildest thing. Doing, like, this setup of, like, doing this, and then, like, catching the bubble in the back hit. Like, because you're trying to basically space yourself for the, you know, this move. Anyway, I like fighting games. Again, I don't usually get too deep into, like, nitty-gritty of them, but I do really enjoy these. You can also just have regular button display, but for the sake of notation, I usually stick with whatever the game has. Like, Street Fighter, I usually leave it on, like, you know, light punch, medium punch, heavy punch, light kick, etc. You also talk on that display. There's also, like, a bunch of, like, I can't do this. What should I do? Also just, like, breaking it down into parts, which is kind of what I was just doing then, but I'm also not gonna try too hard to actually do it. So, you have different character types. What is Dizzy classified as? She is not here because she is DLC. Cool. Also, another thing is, Strive actually has a macro for this, so you can just map it to a button, instead of, like, double tapping, which is nice, because I'm not really the best at this. It's a little bit annoying to, like, double tap, especially this D-pad, it's kind of mushy. I'm also just enjoying listening to the song. I don't know if this is even very exciting to watch, to be honest, as I'm just like, messing around with combos a bit. There's also a mission mode that kind of teaches you a bunch of fundamentals, but there's also a ton of matchup related missions too. There's also a very good tutorial actually, teaching you about like lows and overheads and stuff like that, along with like, you know, super jump and stuff. In terms of other modes, there's the metal mode returning from the X games, or well, Double X, a bit more fleshed out, I'd say, and obviously you have online, but again, I don't know if I'm feeling brave enough to actually attempt online. And again, the story itself is just like non-interactive, it's a visual novel effectively, with like cutscenes. But again, I actually do enjoy the story mode quite a bit, even though I'm a little bit lost on some of it. It is nice actually having, you know, some more character moments with the after stories, like just little cool moments to just like unwind, or see the characters unwinding and not like always having to fight something. The other thing worth mentioning that I totally forgot about is like Dizzy does show up in Strive story mode very briefly, at the end of the main story, and then at the end of the another story is basically like having the crown passed from her, from Kai to her. So that's kind of where that game leaves off. Wow, that was a lot of talking. I just talked about Guilty Gear for like an hour straight, and didn't really take many breaths. So I'm a little winded, actually. But yeah, I genuinely don't know what to do now, because, I didn't plan ahead enough, apparently. Again, there's a temptation to, like, jump into, like, something else, but I don't know. In terms of, like, you know, more Guilty Gear. Like, trying to switch my brain from Xrd to Strive, or even the older ones, might be tricky. So I'm just trying to think, what could I play for the remaining hour? Also, again, it's like got an hour probably, so I don't know what else is like short enough to play in that amount of time. I'm looking through my list of games, and I'm just like, there's stuff that I could do. You know what? Oh, it's not installed. I was gonna say, I could play Portal. That usually takes me an hour, but it's not installed. And I'm also not sure if it's installed on my Xbox. Would I have that installed? Because it's the orange box in that case. It might still be installed, but again, I don't have the Steam version, unfortunately. Let's see, what else do I have? Yeah, nothing else that short, unfortunately. I kind of want to start like a really big playthrough and tack it on to this one, so I kind of prefer to play a short game. Now, something I've never done that I need to actually do at some point. I've never played Portal 2 co-op. I've never had someone to play Portal 2 with. So I should try to set that up at some point, like try to play through it with someone. Have I ever mentioned that I'm also incredibly indecisive about things, where it's like, I have the hardest time, like, deciding on things to do? So now I'm just having the fun part of sitting here, staring at my screen, not sure what to actually play. You still haven't played Portal? Oh yeah, I remember you talking about that. I think. At one point. Yeah, I'm just looking through my list of games. I'm like, nothing's really jumping out at me. That's like something I really want to jump into. So yeah, heck it. I'm curious now to see how much I remember of this game. We're switching over, I think. I don't know if I'll do like viewer matches at some point, or if because I kind of just want to go through the tutorial a little bit just to remember what I'm doing. But I need to actually go back over here. It's also weird how many Guilty Gears have like notation where it's like, you know, instead of Guilty Gear Strive, it's like Guilty Gear like dash, strive, dash. It's like they don't just write the name of the game out like that. They literally like put dashes around it for some reason. Also, this isn't retro. This is like a modern game. Also, I need to do this anyway because if I want to stream like getting good at Dizzy gameplay, I need to make sure I can actually capture this game without my like PC exploding, or like without everything breaking. So this is just gonna be an excuse to like test stream Strive. It's not gonna show up on screen for a bit because it's still loading. The other thing I'm tempted to do, which is really stupid, and I will absolutely regret this, is I am missing one achievement in this game. At some point, I really want to get it. It's the one for getting through level 9, which basically means not losing a single round until the end. Though it is easier than it sounds because you can actually like lose both rounds and restart the fight, and that still counts if you still win those 2 rounds after. So I thought about doing that on stream at some point, trying to get the level 9 arcade achievement, which again might be a huge mistake to be honest, because that is not easy. It is taking a bit actually. This game does that though. Sometimes it just does not want to load very well. Any minute now. Any minute now. Yeah, I should like ask someone. Yeah, I'm like, do I have anyone in mind? Like, there might be someone I have in mind for that, but again, maybe at some point I'll try to like hit up Zarin or someone to play Portal 2 co-op with. Cause that could be fun. Mission! Alright, let's see if I remember how to do any of this. Cause I got to hell, which is interesting out of context. But I have 5 missions left. What are the 5 missions that I'm currently missing? Roman Cancel. This one's annoying, I want to say. That's why I gave up on it. Instant block. You have to do like 5 instant blocks in a row, and I just got frustrated and stopped. Because the timing is so specific. The Nago matchup, that makes sense. Jacko matchup, again, I don't know why I skipped these 2, actually. And the Asuka, well, the Asuka one makes sense, because I have no clue how to fight Asuka. Alright, this is a mistake, but we'll try it. Imagine doing all these with Abba. I mean, it'd be good practice, obviously, but, like, I have no clue how, like, Abba fights Asuka, because he's, like, so long range, and Abba's, like, so short range by comparison. Certain spells disappear when hit with an attack. Evade Asuka's spells. You approach within a certain distance. It would help if I was tapped into the game. Approach or land an attack. That's literally all it says. Cool. Yeah, I guess Alpha wouldn't be a bad choice for this, because you could just spam fire projectiles. Yeah, this might actually be doable. Yeah, okay, this isn't that bad. With Alpha, I have no clue with other characters, though. Cool. I also don't know exactly, what am I trying to say? Like, in this one in particular, they don't actually give you different grades. Like, for mission mode and Xrd, they actually give you different grades depending on how well you do. Like if you get all 5, or just like the 3 out of 5 you need to actually technically clear that. I also kind of cheated with the last mission. I didn't do it with any of my actual mains just because others had easier challenges. One of the other ones I was missing is Nago and Jacko. So we'll give these a shot. Just keep, you know, working on these. And maybe try rank to see how poorly that'll go. If I remember how to do any of this. As a slash from body doubles double goes or does not hit high above the ground, it's best to avoid it with a jump. Create distance using faultless defense. Oh, that's actually not that bad. Why didn't I do this one? That's really easy. So yeah, we already did it. I don't know why I skipped this one. This is actually not a problem whatsoever. And again, this one is like, I can even get all 5 of these. Oh, I didn't use faultless defense, and yet it's still, like, technically blocked. It's blocking Meyuki will put you at a disadvantage. You will have to continue blocking or try to avoid with a jump. Okay. Jacko I do remember having actual trouble with. Which is good, because I know someone who plays Jacko a lot. So maybe it's a problem that I don't know this matchup well enough at all. I tabbed over to Discord for a second and I was like, wait, I can't see anything. Attack the servants to make them disappear. Time your attack as the servant flies towards you. It is recommended to use attacks with fast startup and recovery, such as punch or kick. Alright, good start. Am I supposed to hit this as a low? I can't actually duck, I don't think. Okay, that isn't actually that bad. I botched it real bad though, so I have to restart. Ow. The ones that you can basically choose any character for usually don't have a sample, unfortunately, which definitely can be frustrating at some points. Okay, this one's actually really precise timing. I don't know how I got that early, like, the first time, by complete happenstance. Ow. I got one, but yeah, that'd be a restart. So yeah, still some challenges left to do. If I do online, I should probably change settings. This drive is almost kind of like streamlined, like the menus are even a lot like simpler in a way. They're less like complicated for better or worse. Like the character select is a lot more like straightforward instead of like the sort of hexagonal look of the older games. It's all just in rows, which is nice in terms of finding characters as someone who's always struggled with that. But I'm gonna see what happens. This is probably a horrible mistake, but wonder what's happening in the towers right now. I have a feeling not that many people the network features are not available due to not being connected to the network. Oh yeah, I forgot, this game's online kinda isn't great sometimes. It's weird, because the actual netcode for matches is good, it's just everything around that can be a little bit frustrating. Like, just getting into a match is the hard part. Okay, so we are getting somewhere. I should also have mentioned that I'm switching to Strive, but I kind of forgot to post anywhere. I can probably post that everywhere, but just a couple places. I'm also, like, really running out of energy, so I don't know how long I'll keep playing, especially if I get absolutely wrecked in online, which is probably likely. And again, maybe at some point I want to set up, like, a lobby. I actually don't know how to set up lobbies in this game. I've never done it myself, so maybe that's something I should learn. It's like, how do lobbies, like, for playing matches actually work? I'm also dressed as Alpha for some reason. This can only end well. I like being on the left for some reason. Oh. Why am I not jumping down? Oh wait, why? Oh, is it loading? Because I actually genuinely can't, like, do a lot of interactions for some reason. It won't let me move at all. So, cool. Yeah, something like this would have to be announced more in advance, so that's part of the reason I'm, like, not really working on that right now. But again, at some point I would like to figure out how to set up, you know, a lobby and just do private matches, basically. But for now, it's also a case of I want to rank up, hopefully. Probably not very successfully, though. I'll probably rank down more than anything. Yeah, I think it's the dual station that's causing a problem. Like, it's causing a weird disconnect, and it kind of, like, causes everything else to lock up too while it's, like, resetting my position. Disconnected due to a network error. Okay, so it's just not gonna work today, I guess. That happens. Gonna give it one more try, and then if not, I don't know what to do with the remaining half hour, because most of it's just been trying to set up this part of the stream. I do apologize that I'm very low energy today. Alright, one more try at this. The other question is it on my end because I'm also trying to stream? That's another potential issue here, is, you know... Just like on my side, it's having trouble connecting for some reason. I also didn't even post that many places I'm switching games, but I should have. That's my bad. Yeah, I think it just doesn't want to connect today because everything is taking, like, way too long. It would be my luck, though, that there's a server outage, just as I'm like, I'm gonna play Strive, because I want to get better at this game. That would just be my luck. What was I doing? Yeah, online. Yeah, if this doesn't work, I don't know. It's like, I don't think I have anything else installed. It's like, you know, emergency marbles on stream, but I don't think I can organize something fast enough. It would be a very small lobby, probably. You know, another thing I want to do that's really a bad idea is... I really want to do Mario Kart on stream, but I want to go through all of the cups on 200cc, because on my, like, I think on my Wii U file, and actually I did on Switch too, but I deleted that file because of, like, dead naming, so I restarted my file at one point. So one thing I'd really like to do is actually get 3 stars on every cup in 200cc on stream. That's probably a horrid idea, to be honest, for my sanity at least. Yeah, no, it just doesn't want to connect today. That's a bummer. Might look into that later, or it could just be a bad day for that. Bummer. Well, yeah, I don't know what to do now, because I didn't really have anything else planned. How long have I been live? An hour and a half. It's not that long. Would kind of like to do something else for a bit, but I don't know what. I could get the VOD absolutely destroyed. I have Project Diva installed, but I don't think I'd want to ruin the VOD, considering I would like to preserve the first part at least. Celeste is too long. I'd want to do a full playthrough anyway. And again, last time we had a really short stream, I ended up doing Celeste 64. I don't think I have anything that short on hand at the moment. Or anything that'd be like suitable for a one-off. Again, I should just play another Guilty Gear like one of the other older ones. Should've just thought of that as a backup first of all. Again, it's like I wouldn't want to tack on Shadow at this point because, you know, people expecting it on Wednesday would miss out potentially. You know what, heck it, I have an idea. This is a terrible idea, but we're doing it anyway, because I've lost control of my life. There's a surprising amount of, like, Doctor Who video games in Twitch's search. This is actually surprising to me. I will absolutely regret playing this on stream, because then I will probably get hooked at some point. I also need to figure out how to set up all this stuff, because now I need to change all the settings. Also, it'll probably be really loud, so I shouldn't even hook that up right away. Start the game first. Go in here. Make sure I will not lose my hearing from the game being loud. Sound mixer. Turn this way down to probably about here as the test level, and we'll raise it up if we need to. My computer is not enjoying this, I'm noticing. Lots of drop frames, but it's okay. So yeah, I've been playing this off for a really long time, and I'm like, maybe I should just do it on stream. So I actually have an excuse and don't like keep putting it off. So we're gonna play a little bit of Ring Racers, because I really want to try this game out, but like dedicate some more serious time to it. But it's just a problem of like me being like not lazy. That's not the right word, but just not playing much of my own time basically. Yeah, every time I tab out, it actually causes like frames to drop on stream, or like encoding lag. I should probably do the tutorial, huh? It's been a bit since I've actually done this. Now, there's a password to actually skip it, which would definitely be a mistake, because I don't remember how to play this. Yeah, this is just gonna be a chill end of the stream, basically. Not anything too fancy. It might just be the tutorial, actually. We might not get to any actual races until later. I see I've caught Nicole's attention by playing Ring Racers, which makes a lot of sense. Yeah, every time I tab back and forth, it actually causes the frame to drop. Alright, full screen, VSync. I've been given an open request by Xrd to give me head pass. Aw, thank you. Match refresh rate. Yeah, let's go 60. Because I don't know what this monitor is set to. Yeah, thanks everyone for the head pats. Really appreciate it. Oh god, that's... Ooh, ow. I like nearest. I'm a purist for like pixel scaling and stuff like that. Draw distance, everything up here seems fine. Oh, that's cute actually. That the menu pops in when you go through the video options. You always make your stuff so loud by default, Eggman. It might need a moment. Yeah, no kidding. I think the game needs to be louder, actually. Streamer safe? Sure. Not that we'll probably get that far to need it. Gonna go over here and turn this up, actually. It's very quiet. Again, every time I tab out of this game, it drops a frame, so I can't even check Discord to see what the heck is happening to result in head pats. Profile card! Yay! Helps track your wins too. I thought it said it helps with track wins. It's like, wow, just having a player card makes you faster? Mine says 9 Tails. That's the name of my original character. It's like me if I never met my brother. Is that a Prime reference? 'Cause 9s? Again, I never actually finished Prime, to be honest. Profile setup. Okay. ID, I guess me. The joys of having a 4-letter username for things like this. Type using a virtual keyboard. Since I'm using an M30, this should actually be really nice. Player tag. Okay, that is a shortcut there. Let's do this. That'll fit, right? Controls. Again, I'm using a 6-button controller. It's really nice, because everything maps, like, literally. No, you can also use the bumpers in this case. Because I'm actually using one that does have bumpers. Yeah, very, like, considerate design there. Leave it default just for now. Character, I'm mad. I've looked up things about this game. I'm gonna be honest. Blaze is unlocked like hella late into the game. That makes me sad because I would play as Blaze if she was actually available. I can kind of skim through this by pressing down a little bit. Even when you move on from the setup, you can always change your options at any time from the menu. Okay. Z is skip, okay. That's a choice. So, yeah, it's basically like right bumper is skip dialogue. But actually that makes sense because you wouldn't want to like have any of the accelerate buttons on dialogue. I apologize for the bitrate. I'm realizing just now, the bitrate's probably dead at this point. Avoid the seaweed. Easier said than done. Gotta look for someone to get a look at that view. There we go. You have to hold it for a while, actually. It's a gorgeous place for a base, isn't it? Use action so I can tell if I'm coming through or not. Also, am I covering up Tails? I probably am. And also the dialogue in general, I'm probably covering up a little bit. If you hear me speak up, use action to let me know if I should continue. Now, see this gate beyond the place, something that I've been working on. Alright. Charger! Cool. Oh wait, that's a ramp. I saw physics. How do you brake in this, actually? It's very, like, interesting. On second thought, I'd like to get racing. Beating the CPUs should conclude this task and let me skip the rest. Huh. Oh wait, okay, don't want to do that. This is like a... some kind of boost? Oh, that's a reset, actually. Wait, that's... left bumper, okay. What is... Okay. Okay, that's weird, actually. It's actually, like... Spin Dash says it's on... C... normally, which I guess makes sense, but... It's on Y? That makes more sense, actually. Wait, that's the wrong button. This is like a controller I don't use very much, so that's why I'm kinda struggling a bit. But yeah, it's not actually mapping one-to-one to this controller, which makes sense because it is like a Genesis-style controller, but obviously it's designed more generally, I'm assuming. Okay, so right trigger is drift. You know what? I'm gonna do something really stupid. I'm gonna try this. What could possibly go wrong, right? Like, I've done almost none of this tutorial. See if I can actually pull this off. The answer is probably a resounding no, but we'll see what happens. Yeah, at least 4th place in this race. Well, that doesn't seem too bad. Alright, and there's like a charge-up mechanic? Yeah. There we go. So yeah, having skipped most of the tutorial, can I win the tutorial race? Ow. Okay, I'm getting bounced around a lot here. Oh, that's an Eggman monitor. That's probably a bad thing, right? Yeah, that's definitely a bad thing. Okay. What button is that again? Left trigger. Okay. So yeah, you can like use rings to give yourself a boost. Like a temp boost. But that leaves you vulnerable. I remember that much at least. Again, I have done the tutorial once, so it was actually launch day, I wanna say. What button is item? Oh, it's right bumper, okay. What place am I in? 8th. Okay, so we're not winning this, probably. But yeah, if you can actually win this race, or get above 4th, you can actually skip, the rest of the tutorial. There's also a code for it, too. Yeah, this is just me making poor life choices, though. Of like, let's just skip the tutorial of this game that's notoriously difficult. Actually, I wonder if using the other configuration it would work better. Because it does have like a toggle for a couple of configurations. Oh, item is the same as that. Okay. That's gonna take some getting used to. Yeah, I don't really have a chance of catching up at this point. So, just kind of getting a hang of everything. Oh, despite hitting something, I still sped up a lot. Okay, drifting feels weird in this game. Not bad, but just like, not what I expected to feel like. Basically. This is lap 3? Okay, we need to definitely hustle through here if we want to stand a chance. Yeah, they're using up a lot of rings. It's definitely something I should do more. Though there is like an auto ring setting too. I briefly went to 1st. Oh wait, I still am in 1st. Okay. I don't feel like I deserve being in 1st, actually, with how I'm playing at the moment. Okay, okay. So far, so good. Considering I'm just kind of BSing my way through, I'm doing shockingly okay at this. Did we actually get 1st place? Oh, okay. Okay, rank C, that's not surprising. You did the... yeah, I did it! I did the thing! Somehow. Why am I so stressed out? That was the tutorial. And the training data is completed. It's kind of funny, actually. Could have been 5 days or 5 years of development of her ring racers, and that would barely matter to it. So yeah, there's like a really expanded tutorial. As long as you keep your violence to the track, easier said than done with how I've seen the AI play this game. Episode 99 is actually really hard in my opinion. I have never done very good at it. It's like nice that it exists and keeps getting updates, but I don't really like understand how to do well at F-Zero period, because I never grew up with those games. Closest I ever got was like the one that they gave away on 3DS. Oh, I unlocked a lot of stuff there. Skipping the tutorial is apparently an option. There's a lot of stuff here. Finish a round on blank or play a melody for the ancient shrine in the control menu. What? What the heck? Like, there's a lot to this. See, I'm looking because I vaguely remember which one is like the one for Blaze, and so if it looks kind of like it, I would just go for it right away because they give you 10 keys. But I don't see it, so unfortunately we actually have to do this legit. Alright, since we skipped that, we might as well jump into a round, see how this goes. Play as Amy. Local play! Yeah, you're not going to do anything with the ancient melodies until way later. Yeah, I had a feeling. Relaxed or intense? Let's go relaxed, because this is my first time playing this in a while. Ring Cup. It's like, am I gonna get hooked on this game? I probably am. Oh shoot, that is the wrong button. This button. Wait, not that button. Yeah, the controls are a little bit weird. I might go and adjust them a bit later on, just because they're a little wonky at the moment. There's a spray can up there. I assume that's like for an alternate color, but I actually don't know how to get that. For the record, to explain my history with this game, I played the tutorial, and then I tried jumping into a cup, and basically got to the end of this first Grand Prix, got bodied by a rival AI, and then stopped playing. Like, that's my history with this game. So... probably a surprisingly common history if, you know, everything I understand about this game is correct, especially at launch. Yeah, like right now, ring and item are the same button, which is not great. But again, I am using an unorthodox controller for this, so that's probably not helping. Again, if I map this literally to like a Sega Saturn layout, maybe it'll work a little bit better. Wow, okay, I'm going backwards. Cool. Okay, so bumpers are really powerful. Good to know. Yeah, that's very tantalizing, just having that up there at all times. Ring Racers moment, yeah, basically. So it's been one of those things where I'm like, I want to give this a legit try, because, like, my friends keep raving about this. I want to, like, actually give it a legit chance. But again, it's just one of those games that will just kind of kick your ass if you're not ready for it. And I definitely wasn't at the time. I want to say I also played after a patch too. It wasn't even after the very first launch when I actually attempted the Grand Prix for the first time. It was actually like a couple weeks later, and I still got ruined by the AI. So it's like just a theme with this game. I feel like I lose a lot of speed on drifts, and I don't know if that's like normal. Probably is. Like, a lot of drifts kind of slow you down like that, because you're supposed to kind of slingshot a little bit. Yeah, definitely need to balance ring usage a lot better. I'm definitely, like, being too conservative with that. It is also weird hearing, like, old voice lines from, like, Adventure Amy, compared to, like, you know, current voice. I've also never played Sonic Roboblast in full, or Roboblast 2. I've only played it a little bit. Hey, remember what I was saying about, like, the AI being annoying in this game? Yeah, about that. Like, I'll keep going, obviously, but, yeah, no, that kinda sucks. Just getting past the literal last second there. Again, half a second off. Cool, thanks game. Now, we can definitely still pull this off, it's just like, yeah, this game does that, from what I understand. A lot of rubber banding. People actually dug into the code of the game to see how bad... Okay, thanks, Knuckles. Yeah, people actually dug into the code of the game and found out, like, how broken the rifle AI is, and it's, like, disgusting at times. Seeing how badly overtuned they were at launch. So yeah, Metal Sonic's gonna be a problem, I can already tell. Probably the best time to use rings would be like after a drift to kind of slingshot yourself, if I had to just make a guess. Rival AIs can be a right pain in the rear. Basically, the main complaint I constantly hear about this, and like the only complaint really. Like, I almost never hear anything else bad about this, but that is like the biggest thing, mostly just because it's like unfortunate, because it kind of is a stopper for other people trying to get into it in a way. Where it's like... It's almost like the AI geek keeps you out of it, basically. Also, I'm not sure if Amy's the best choice for like a starter character. I wonder if like Sonic would be more balanced. Oh, got a lightning shield. That's actually really helpful. Oh, that's an attack too, but again, it's like same buttons, so I'll definitely have to reset that later on. Yeah, the risk-reward system of the rings is really cool. I'm sure you could do all sorts of really cool stuff with that if you like really get good at timing everything. What was that? Oh, that's a laser. Okay. Good to know. And also you cannot drive over that sidewalk. Also good to know. I do feel like I'm doing something wrong with drifting. I'm not really getting much of a boost off of it. But that's fine. Oh, these are the Sonic CD lasers. That's really cute, actually. The ones in, Metallic Madness that, like, shrink you. That's a really good touch, actually, for, a lightning bolt equivalent. Again, I have a feeling like the spray cans or stuff I would have to unlock something later on to get, or like get a specific power-up to actually reach those. Yeah, you do lose a lot of speed from drifting. Let's go this way. We haven't gone this way, I don't think, yet. Yeah, Metal Sonic is still uncomfortably close, I'm gonna be honest. He could still pass us up at the very last minute again, if he felt like it. Alright, yeah, he is gaining on us, like, alarmingly fast. Oh boy, that's bad. Okay, at least this time it's my own fault, so I don't feel as bad about it as the previous time. Like, if we lost there, I would not been mad at the game, because that was totally on me just being bad. Just checking something really quickly. Hey, an A rank. Somehow wasn't expecting that. I'm trying to do math. I guess Metal Sonic must not have gotten first? Oh, what is happening here again? This is the minigame? Okay. How does this work? So we have to break all the targets, I suppose. This is almost a Smash Bros level, more so than like a Mario Kart or like a kart racer level. Not saying that as a bad thing by any means. It's very cool seeing this much like variety in a racing game. But yeah, just having like a break the targets style minigame is really cool. I only have 30 seconds. I need to focus and not hit myself with my own projectiles. Preferably. Oh good, you can't drive through that. Oh wait, you get more time. Okay, so it's Sonic CD rolls, where you get more time if you actually break the capsules. Oh, not Sonic CD, but there's like one like that in CD, I think. Oh, that was a bad shot. And blue spheres, I assume, give you like a speed boost, a la Sonic Mania. Why is it upside down? Like, I don't know why it's like that, but it worked, so can't complain.
Wow, I'm good.
Because it's floating, okay. It's just like an interesting indicator for it. Panic City? Now I'm just thinking of like a level in Sonic, like Panic at the Disco Zone. Panic at the City Zone. What was Spin Dash? Was it? It was Triangle, I think. Or maybe that was Reset. I forget which one it actually was. Oh wait, what is that? Huh? Like, the entire world just despawned for a moment. That was mildly concerning. I'm also in last place, which is not great. But hey, we were in last place on the tutorial too, so maybe we'll be able to come back here. The song is really nice. If I have one other complaint about this so far, I do feel like sometimes the backgrounds can be a little bit much. In terms of like... Oh, this is mildly disorienting trying to play it this way. Oh, that's what it means. Okay. It's mildly disorienting because of how, like, detailed the environments can be. Sometimes it's a little, like... hard to see what is, like, drivable, basically, and what's, like, scenery. The music pulls from a bunch of sources you wouldn't expect. It's really cool. Yeah, I'm really enjoying it so far. Like, the vibes are impeccable, even though I really am not happy with Metal Sonic in particular at the moment. It's not entirely fixed. The AI, the rival AI is still very, very challenging, as we are seeing right now. But it is definitely an improvement over where it was at launch. From what I gather, they did overtune the rival AI quite a bit, but it's a little bit more manageable. Still no cakewalk, but a little bit better. Okay. Took that tighter than I wanted, but it's fine. It's also interesting giving you like bonus points for getting first in every lap, which is definitely a problem in this particular race since I went out of my way for a spray can. Also just because of like pixel scaling, there's a lot of like shimmer for the backgrounds, and that can be a little disorienting. I don't know if that's like a scaling issue or something else, but it is a little bit distracting how much the buildings are actually like shimmering here. Again, very like small issue, and it's definitely one of those things where it's like if I got used to it, I would not find a problem with that whatsoever. It's just like jumping straight into this is like, yeah, the backgrounds are kind of a lot sometimes. Yeah, the song fits really, like, well. Like, it has the vibe you'd want for, like, a Sonic song. It's like the little Amy symbol with, like, the 5. I'm almost like, is there, like, a life system? Because that wouldn't surprise me. But it's also mildly scary when you consider the later races. Alright, we have a fairly comfortable lead now. We should be good. 2 more races and 1 more capsule level. Is this the right button? Oh, that actually just hurts you if you charge up too long. So yeah, that could have gone better. Not a good start to this race, but it's fine. We can try to come back from this. I didn't even see what I ran into there. But yeah, there's also Sonic Roboblast 2 Kart, or I think that's the name of it, which is kind of what this spun off of. Okay, a lot is happening right now, and I'm trying to process everything. Why is that on top of the arch? I saw a spray can. I'm like, how the heck do you get that, though? Interesting homing on that. That takes a bit to catch up. I wish I'd caught up sooner, because then I could have actually gotten first place for this lap. But it's fine. So yeah, they really expect you to burn rings, I think. At least that's my gut check right now. It's like, they expect you to just burn through a lot of rings and just constantly be using them. No clue if that's a correct assumption or not, but that's what it feels like with how many they supply at the very least. Jaws homing in this game is a thing. It definitely seems like it. At least it hit Metal Sonic. I was afraid it would just despawn or something. Like, truth be told, it's like, I'm used to like old Mario Kart AI for item tracking where things just disappear or give up after a bit. It's like, nope, just gonna stop that right now. Final lap, okay. Also, there's a ring bonus, so I need to be more aware of that. Because again, apparently that seems to play into... Okay, that's bad. That seems to play into ranks having, like, 20 rings by the end. Okay. That was unexpected. I like how Eggman's in first, and he's not even the rival. Alright, I have no rings, that's not great. Alright, trying to line this up, and missed. I'm kind of actually getting quiet because I'm focusing. Don't want to botch at the last minute here. Alright, so what? One race left, and then... Huh. How come we got 5 that time? Because the previous time, when we... Maybe it's based on positioning or something, but yeah, one time we only got 4 out of 6. I'm not sure why. So yeah, we definitely have a good lead now, so if Metal Sonic decides to cheat, we should be in good shape. Oh, this is Sonic CD. Okay. I'm processing a lot right now. So you have to lob these. So that's gonna be interesting. It's like I was comparing it to CD anyway, and now I'm like, oh, that was especially apt, apparently. Lap bonus is dumb, even the devs know this, which is why it's getting changed for 2.4. That's good to know. It's not just me being confused by this, because I'm playing it for ostensibly the first time, technically the second time, but again, didn't have a lot of luck the first time, so I kinda got burned out immediately. Or not burned out necessarily, but just immediately like, oh, I'm slightly annoyed at being cheated out of a win. I was like, hi, welcome. Yeah, we got through Xrd, or Guilty Gear Xrd early, so I was trying to decide what to do, and I'm like, okay, I've been playing this off for a while, so we're playing Wing Racers. I don't know if I'll continue this on stream later on, or just make this like a personal game clearing kind of a thing. Ow. Why? It's very aggressive at the start, it's very interesting. Green Hills SMS, okay. But Big's Fishing Derby, feel like I went through a lot of emotions reading the caption of that song. Still need to finish it, too, yeah. It's, like, apparently really long. Like, I've heard there's a lot of content to this. That was dumb. I don't know why I thought that would work out in my favor. Oh, this is like... You can do anything, right? Yeah, that's why it said SMS, because, yeah. Wait. Yeah, that was right. No, wait, that isn't right. I'm confused. Because it's like, yeah, the thing said like SMS, I'm pretty sure, which would imply Master System. Is there an ETA for, 2.4 yet? Admittedly, I'm like, kind of, obviously, since I hadn't played at all, I haven't really been following the current, developments. Oh, 8-bit, oh, was it Green Hills? Cause that is Sonic 2. Yeah, that's my bad. Green Hills is a song that eventually became You Can Do Anything. Gotcha. We are not doing great, the Motobug is currently doing better than us, which is probably not exactly a place we want to be in. But also, wow, they are really far ahead right now. I always forget that Green Hills is not actually Green Hill, which is a very confusing distinction. When I said Dash Ring there, only one in the entire game? Huh. I almost wonder if it's like a modding thing, like they just wanted the asset in case people wanted to make like custom levels, but I'm also not sure if custom levels are really a thing for this game, truth be told. So we got a little half pipe here. Oh, that's bad, I think. There's too many hill zones in this franchise. Yeah, that's a very fair point. I kinda sworn there might have been a dash ring in the tutorial, but it's been a bit since I played that in full. Yeah, I wanna say they didn't have like the skip ahead option in terms of like the base tutorial and then the extended tutorial, so I did like the full 40-minute thing the first time I played this game. Which also is probably why I got burnt out a little bit, because, yeah, it's a lot to absorb at first. Also, I'm realizing I'm so tired, I'm not really, like, thinking about my voice enough. I feel like I'm not maintaining my resonance very well at the moment. I'm just kind of slacking on it because I'm very worn out from everything. Everyone says I sound fine, but I always worry because, you know, I hear my own voice and I don't like it very much. But that's kind of like even a non-trans experience at a point. Alright, so we're not in the best spot right here. Metal Sonic's like pretty far ahead, and we have no rings. Everyone's passing us too at the very end, so that's also not good. So once again, I've lost this to Metal Sonic, which is now the second time this has happened for this exact track. You do sound fine? Well, thank you. I do appreciate everyone saying I sound fine. It's just me personally. I worry about my voice, mostly because of, like, just anxiety, to be honest. So yeah, I feel kind of mad a little bit still at Metal Sonic, because once again we kind of got screwed out of a win because of bad luck in the first race, and then I botched the last race pretty bad. Can't even blame the AI for that entirely. A lot of that was on me, but yeah, I'm talking like lower today, partly just because I don't have like the spunk to try to raise my voice too high. Oh, this is cute, actually. I think I skipped this the first time I played this. I was told to administer pats, so hi Nico. Welcome. And thank you for that pats. I should retaliate now that we're done with the track. And again, it actually causes the stream to kind of have issues if I tab out too many times, so I have to make sure not to do that too often. Grab a spray can. You just generated a Chow Key. These can clear tough challenges. Use them wisely, or it will take another 5 rounds to pick up another. Huh, so that's how that works. That's so many head pats, just for me. Get 100% of cups, that's scary. Also pat the Nico. Yes, please pat the Nico as well. I remember it took 14 rounds? That's not great. I have enough energy to keep going a little bit longer, though I should probably turn on a light for the sake of, like, tracking. So one moment. Hi, I forgot to unmute when I came back. That's on me. That is the one benefit of VTubing in this case, or, you know, appearing on camera, is you can tell them definitely trying to talk, but not having any success. But hi, what I was saying was, I had done the previous cup on my own time, once. This is just kind of a restart so I can refamiliarize myself. But this is a totally first time playthrough of everything else from here on out that I do on stream. Yeah, this is actually really cool. trying to adapt Emerald Coast into an actual racetrack. I'm gonna follow because I know like both Nicole and Nico play this game quite a bit, so I have a feeling my gameplay is probably like fascinating to them, given that I'm like trying to understand everything. What was I saying about SRB2 Kart? Just basically that this is like a sequel. That's mostly what I know about it. I've never actually played that, or I've barely played Sonic Rover Blast 2 proper at that. Just a little bit of it, just to see what it's like, because people praise it a lot, but I never actually finished it. Where did Metal Sonic come from? I could have sworn he was really far back for a while. I think this is how I was playing when I first started. That's fair. You gotta start somewhere. But I know it's a case of like, yeah, this is probably not like high level or like remotely like competent play. Is the one who had Shrink? Yeah, probably. Okay, I forgot to remap buttons. I meant to do that between races, but I forgot. Cause yeah, it's set so several buttons are doing the same thing, and that's definitely not helping me right now. Look at a very interesting adaptation, and again, I really like how you actually start at the pool and basically go from there. And the early part of the course does feel very similar to OG Emerald Coast. Obviously, it has to deviate at a point because it has to be cyclical. Wow, what happened to Metal Sonic? Why is he so far back? Like, cause he's the rival, isn't he? Like, is the rival set for every time? Like, is it always the same rival per character? Cause if so, it's like, how did he fall behind so far? Ow. They really like bumping into you, I've noticed. Rivals don't get decided until after the first round. Oh, okay. Just one of the 3 guaranteed for Amy. Gotcha. Huh. So, it actually looks like Knuckles is our rival, which makes sense. Since he got, second in that race. Interesting. That explains why I didn't notice it in the first race last time. So Metal winning was totally coincidental. That makes me more upset, actually. Oh, that's bad. Cause yeah, the first race we did, I immediately lost to Metal Sonic, so that was not because of BS rival AI, that's just the game. Or just, yeah, the game rubber banding. Storm Rig, my beloved, is it that bad? I mean, I'm currently in, what, 4th? So I'm not really vibing with this either, in all fairness. I don't understand the bubble shield yet. Definitely one of those, like, you know, trial and error things to try to figure out how that works. Alright, I actually needed that because I'm running out of rings. Yeah, I'm wondering why certain inputs are doubled up. I need to look into that, actually. Unless that's actually the cause. Everyone hates this. Yeah, see, like, I'm someone who enjoys 200cc Neo Bowser City, so I have no room to judge anyone's, like, opinions on racetracks in games. Again, I like 200cc in general, actually, which, again, I've thought about doing a full 200cc playthrough on stream, trying to get all golds on, that. This track is actually bugged? Oh. Oh. Well, I feel less bad about being kind of curb stomped at the start if the AI is actually, like, doing things it's not supposed to. Was that ever fixed in, like, patches? Like, was that an early update thing, or is it still kind of like that? And I feel like I've seen clips of this too. Like, I want to say Nico, like, might have posted a clip of this stage that I might have seen, like, the egg pack or something. Oh, Knuckles is right there. That's scary. What the heck happened to Eggman? He's all the way back there? Like, he is having a bad day. Stormrake is still bugged. They're still trying to fix this error because it affects more than just his track, huh? Huh? What? Huh? Okay. Cool. I should not have won that. I fully concede. That was like, what happened? It's like, cool. Huh? I'm so confused. It's like, went through so many emotions, and at the end of that race, oh god. It's like, I think I need a moment to, like, recalibrate. That slope should not have launched. I ran into a bubble. I ran into a bubble, but then when it put me back on the course, it put me, like, really far ahead for some reason. I feel like it shouldn't have put me that far ahead. It should have put me where I fell. That's the only reason I won, and I don't know if that's on purpose or not. Alright, what do we have here? What am I looking at? This is like... Oh, okay. That's just an interior section. It's like, how do I get out of here? But yeah, the concept of having special stages for a racing game is wild. This is kind of groovy, actually. I'm just trying to, like, listen to it a bit. Music disc. Yeah, I like this, actually. You missed Dizzy. I'm sorry, Peter. Also, I tried to play Strive, but I couldn't connect to the internet, so I was gonna do, like, Strive for a bit. But again, the VOD's always there. It actually went really fast, too. I didn't... Oh, wait. What's that? Okay. Wait, that's coming this way. I need to go into the water, I guess. This one is, like, on a path? That's what we went by... That's what we went by CD? Okay. My brain is, like, processing so much right now, trying to play the game and also keep up with chat. Huh. So now we have a bit of a problem. How do I get up there? It's up there, right? Okay. Processing. Can I lob this? I can, okay, well that's really easy. I wish Gear 3 let you buffer this much time. I assume that's like the highest difficulty. And if so, like, what circle of hell is it? I imagine it's really bad if, like, regular, like, Gear 1 is giving me as much trouble as it is. The AI really likes to shove you around. Oh, that's the wrong button. No wonder. Lucid Pass Zone. I love One Piece. Yeah, I've never actually seen One Piece. I know the reference, I think. Original zone, original music. Nice. You know what? It's really interesting hearing this song, knowing it's like totally original, because it has a vibe to it. The music CD drops like every 15 capsules. Okay, that would make sense because there was like 6 in the first stage. That was a great time. The anime's on hiatus. Isn't that still like 1,000 episodes? Like, okay, here's the thing. Everyone always dunks on Jun Sonoe for reusing like Genesis drum percussion sounds really badly all the time, but it's almost this case of like, wow, this actually makes good use of that. I'm almost like conditioned to not be used to hearing Genesis drums like sounding good. It's like just overusing parts of the song, or like the percussion basically, in a way that just kind of makes a lot of like Sonic songs sound really like awkwardly constructed. Yeah, he uses the S2 snare too much. When you use it like sparingly, like in this song, it's actually not bad at all. And again, it's kind of a revelation almost, like wow, this actually works. Okay, I'm really not liking the bumper just because it just throws you off the track entirely. It's not like a banana peel in Mario where you can just like recover from it. There's like no recovering gracefully from it. Like, it's just going to kick your butt, basically. I say that, and yet I got a bumper and immediately place it anyway, because it's in my favor now. 2 bumpers. Just... okay, this conversation just makes me remember that one song Safe and Sound like an actual song. Sounds like it uses the trumpet Genesis sound. See, I hear Safe and Sound and think Hunger Games. I'm pretty sure that's not the song you're referring to. But that's just what my Swiftie brain goes to when I see Safe and Sound, for whatever reason. Yeah, if you give Jun Sonoe like a rock band to work with, like he does really good work. It's just it doesn't feel like he can capture Genesis anymore, partly because of like the synth for it. It's like how many different like song by capital C, so yeah, a different one than I was thinking of. I want to race off of just using a bumper to knock 3 people around me off track. Yeah, that's a little bit broken. See, my thing is the Sonic hacking community is like creative enough that I wouldn't be shocked if people took these and then actually made full zones for them. Like, genuinely. I feel like a lot of the theming of these stages is really nice, and I wouldn't be surprised whatsoever if someone saw these and were like, hey, what if we make an entire, like, Sonic hack out of, like, just giving these actual stage layouts? Like, 100% can picture that happening someday. This was a community course in Xrd 2K that got made official. That's really cool. Brain is processing chat and also not trying to crash. Speaking of which. Yeah, it's like trick shots are like wild from what I've seen in this game. Like the things you can do with a really good trick shot. Okay, we're good, I think. Now, the thumbs up, is it... Oh, I'm actually starting to get an idea, and I don't know if it's correct or not, because I think I still got the thumbs up even though Mighty was ahead. So that makes me wonder if, like, some things are based on, like, if you're first place and if you're ahead of your rival, or something like that. I'm not really sure what's going on there. top half for thumbs up. Okay, so I was just doing really bad last time. Gotcha. Oh, that's a lot of rings. I burned way too many just now. That's scary. I don't like that. I mean, it's cool, but as a person playing, it's like, that's like, ooh. That feels really precise, especially for the second Grand Prix. First place in particular gives you that sign. Okay. So thumbs up is half, a top half. Okay sign is like you're in first. Oh boy, what is this? Flame shield? Okay. Come on. Do not like. Alright, that sucks, we're in 7th place now. Thanks, I really could use something better than that. Well, this'll help a little bit, I think, hopefully. Big mode, yeah. Okay, what happened? There was just a pause. I think that was my item getting stolen, actually. Grow can break tripwires. Grow can break tripwires. Yeah, I should keep that in mind. I had a brief moment where I was like, I wonder if that would work for that. And I should have gone for it, because it would have made a difference, I think. I mean, if we still get, like, top 4, I'll be happy, I guess. Playing with fire, we had no rings, but we got second at least, so... Could've been worse. Yeah, no ring bonus for us. Alright, where are we? Yeah, we're like way ahead. We're fine. It's just, it sucks when you have a good run, and then just random BS happens. I did turn on streamer mode. Oh wow, I totally forgot what button is item already. That's weird. I don't know where my brain is today. Alright, testing. Is it a letdown because it only mutes the music? Oh, that's a bummer. Wait, third strike? As in, like, Street Fighter? Like, did they just straight up use a third strike song? Oh, second impact. Well, that's, I think, close. That's like the second version of the same game. Oh. Shoot. Wait, did I get one totally off screen? I think I did. Huh. Because I got the points. It's like, what happened? Alright, let's see what happens here then. One before Autumn Ring. Okay. Wait, what? Huh? Where am I going? The following track does use copyrighted music and it is good, you just won't hear it this time. It's like the ASMR version of Sonic or Dr. Robotnik String Racers. So how's everyone doing as we race through this course in complete silence? Well, not complete silence, but partial silence. Here's some cart, yeah, pretty much. This is like really weird, actually. I feel like they could have just substituted a song from another part of the game in here. You're hungry, then go eat. Like, go get food if you're hungry.
Hey, come on!
Wow, Knuckles is way ahead right now. Yeah, music is something I've always been kind of wondering about, like, for myself, but I've never had to try for, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, motivation for that, as much as I would like to. It's been one of those, like, not pipe dreams, but, like, goals of sorts where I kind of would like to make a game someday. It's just effort and motivation is lacking at the moment to the point of, like, don't know how or when I would actually get around to something like that. Is there a Sonic Robo Blast 1? Because I never hear about it. Like, it just kind of sank in, like, how come no one ever talks about that? Yeah, this is just kind of eerie, actually. There is, and yeah, I'm getting the impression it's probably not that good then. I cannot catch up to Knuckles. It's like proving to be almost impossible here. It was an old Flash game. Oh. 90s fan game. Yeah, that would explain it. What did damage there? We might actually lose if we don't get a high enough placement here. We might actually still lose the whole cup. Not a particularly good one. I wonder why they chose the name then. Because that feels like an interesting thing to like associate with. In terms of like a relatively lukewarm received fan game. We are in 7th place. And we're in the final turn, so we might lose the whole thing, actually. I don't remember how the points were shaking out. Or suddenly we got 3rd. SRB2 was going to be the same, oh. Well, I'm glad they did not go that direction, given the history of this current game being way more favorable. Ow, that sucked. Yeah, that kinda hurt. Like having such a bad run of that stage. Alright, let's see how everything shook out. Barely. Yeah, no, that almost, like, if we had scored like 1 or 2 places lower, we would have lost the whole thing at the very end. Yeah, no, this AI is, like, very cutthroat. I am a little bit torn on how I feel about it, to be honest. And yeah, they actually toned it down is the worst part. And it's still very, a lot. And again, we're on easy mode, essentially. Just like Smash Ultimates. I actually don't feel like Smash Ultimates is that bad, usually. At least maybe because I don't remember much about, like, difficulty and stuff, for all the challenges. Oh, those count? Okay, I'm trying to understand. Oh wait, we got Bean. Huh. What was that? What was Bean even for? On Tenkor's Arena Zone, grab every prison egg using exactly 1 gacha bomb repeatedly, or win 100 rounds as blank. So basically I did that completely by accident. Neat. That was not on purpose. I had no clue that's how you unlocked him. Again, it just bums me out that Blaze is like such a late game unlock, because I would like to play as Blaze. Yeah, not getting to her anytime soon. This This is a good song. Oh yeah, this is helpful. Find other secrets to learn about this, so that's gotta be a late game thing. Spray cans, bronze are better. Like a keygen music. I'm actually not sure what keygen refers to here. Well, we got A ranks on both, so even though we got, like, not a perfect score, we still did okay. And I'm like, do we do one more? Or do I stop here? First I need to look into this, because again, I do think the controls are a little bit off for some reason. Gear 1, the AI don't level up if you do well on harder levels, they just get more and more cutthroat if you're winning. Oh. That doesn't sound fun. Oh, don't know how I feel about that, to be honest. How the hell is this button mapping laid out? So that's X, this is Y. That should be the same. Action is Z, which corresponds to the bumper. Yeah, it should be the same here. Use item is that. Okay, so I'm like, is it just normally a thing that using rings and using items are on the same button? Because, like, I haven't been paying attention and it's like, there's no other option to, like, set rings separately, so maybe they're the same. Yeah, I was just overthinking everything. The other interesting thing is, I have a button here. It doesn't actually, well, it is actually the same. Yeah, then this one, position-wise, is... Oh. You can't use rings if you have an item. Gotcha. The AI also levels down. So that's something at least, so at least it goes both ways. So yeah, there's like one button that's like not corresponding directly. Spin dash. Oh wait, that's a clear button. Okay, that's why I was like, why I cleared the controls. So instead of being, this is triangle instead of, right trigger, which is the one I currently have. Yeah, try mappings is a really good feature. And again, like, since Smash came up earlier, that also has that. Yeah, like pressing, right trigger is, corresponding to the bumper. Pressing, like, Y is corresponding to C, and then L is Y. See, like, that button layout doesn't, you know, it doesn't not make sense, it's just a little bit confusing by using a 6-button controller that's not lining up the same way as I would think for a 6-button controller. I don't have rumble on this controller also. Auto ring? I feel like having control over that is better. Hold A to auto excel. Hold down for shallow turns, field of view, input delay, I don't use all the buttons, so I use this retro 4-button controller based off of Neo Geo. Yeah, that actually makes sense for that. Like, retro style controllers I do feel like worked well for a game that's like this style, this aesthetic. There's like an input display option, that's nice, but again, confusing because it doesn't line up exactly. I almost think I should have this on just because it's a little bit overwhelming, and also try to have a little bit of just like half intensity, just to make things a little bit more manageable for me, because I am having some issues with like, just the overall, like, overwhelming nature of it. Interesting. Match race. Race versus your best at Gear 3. Okay. I just want to try something. Popcorn... Popcorn? See, I see popcorn, I'm like, is this a reference to the Sega Sonic popcorn maker? Knowing this game, probably, but it's just like, that kind of caught me off guard, seeing that. Realistically though, I've been streaming for almost 3 hours, I should probably go to bed. Not go to bed though, just stop streaming for now. This is music from an unrelated shooting game. Yeah, there was a Sega popcorn maker. Hi, I'm gonna break something. Like, this might cause some issues, but I really want to show this off. Like, it's an actual popcorn machine, that basically has like a little mini game attached to it, where you're like, I think you like spin a crank or something to actually, basically make popcorn. Gotta make sure I pick the right image for this. There we go. Yeah, this is what this looks like. And yeah, there's like a little game attached to it. A game and, you know, heavy quotation marks. Yeah, just literally a popcorn machine. There's a couple games like this, I want to say. Like Sega Sonic type. I could have sworn there was another one. Over on the right, the screen, yeah. So yeah, it's a little bit of an interesting callback right there. I need to check something really quickly. Yeah, I'm not gonna go to bed. I don't know why I said that, but I definitely need to stop streaming. I'm worn out, and again, off screen I want to look into like what my issues were with Guilty Gear, like if it's a connection issue on mine. Is that the one where Eggman chases Tails with a hammer with just no input? It might be? That sounds right, I think. Because I know I've seen a Let's Play of it, and yes, I am using this term very loosely of a Let's Play of Sega Sonic Popcorn Maker. But I'm tired. Next stream will probably be on Wednesday. Hopefully it'll be on Wednesday. Again, that's kind of my normal schedule. Trying to finish up Shadow the Hedgehog. We have the True Hero route, well, some of it. Starting from the Danforth Chaos Emerald and going to the end game, and then tackling the last story. If we end up finishing early, part of me is like, should I just watch the Sonic animation on stream and react to it, like the Dark Beginnings? Part of me wants to, but I might just call it early because I'm definitely worn out this week. Yeah, I definitely need to figure out what's going on with Strive, because I do want to play online with people. Again, maybe host like viewer matches if y'all have the game. And then also just play ranked, because I want to actually make progress on the tower when Dizzy comes out. Yeah, it was fun going through all the story games with Dizzy. It's also fun finally kind of biting into this game a little bit and not just like giving up because the AI is hard. I'm almost tempted of making this a thing. Like, do I continue this? Like, so I'm gonna have some like, because you know Dizzy isn't out for a bit, and we're finishing Shadow this week. So what if I just start streaming this, like, as a regular thing and try to get through all the cups? My sanity should probably not permit this, to be honest. I should probably not subject myself to committing to a full playthrough of this game, because I hear it gets very hard. But I am almost like, maybe I should just do this on stream, because I don't think I'm gonna play it very much on my own time if I don't make it like a stream goal or something. But at least do like Gear 1 on stream. stream Star Rail instead. I actually don't even know where I was story-wise in Star Rail. I think I finished like the first planet, or like I don't even know anymore. I'm very like not tuned in to Star Rail, to be honest. I just play whenever they add a Foxy in, because of course I do. Yeah, it might be a good backup game for now. Like just, sort of once in a while game clear of this whenever I finish early. Like Shadow will definitely finish early, unless the stupid artificial chaos level gives us that much trouble, which it might. It might take a full half hour, or like 15 minutes, who knows. But yeah, I definitely want to stream more of Guilty Gear at some point, so I need to figure out what's going on there. It could just be I'm streaming and also trying to play this game at the same time, causing issues, because I've streamed on this PC before. It's not a PC issue. Or it could just be the servers are having trouble, because I've definitely played in like the Egg Pack a bit. I need to play more Strive with people. I need to actually hit people up more, and it's like, be the one to take initiative and be like, hey, want to play a game, instead of just waiting for me to be invited to things, which is kind of my more traditional modus operandi, it feels like. Also, I need to start adding this to game clearing, because I do keep a game clearing spreadsheet, so I should add the start date for Ring Racers again. So 10/14, we'll see how long that takes. Currently at 27 game clears on my own time, and again, going into 25, I do want to actually play more game clearing type games on stream, like first time playthroughs. Some of the games I'm currently lining up for next year are like Psychonauts, because everyone raves about that game. Yeah, I will. I'll try to get better about that. Like, ask around, like, hey, let's play. But again, it's just, I usually don't take initiative with things. And also, I just kind of fell out of Strive anyway. Partly from just waiting for Dizzy for 3 months now. So, like, I didn't want to, like, grind out matches with Alfelt. And then, like, if I'm just gonna switch characters in a little bit anyway. But yeah, when Daisy drops, I'll definitely be playing a lot more Strive, so do not be surprised if that comes up. And I do like player lobbies on stream to try to get better at this character and learn matchups and the usual. But here I am just rambling. I should probably wrap up stream soon. So yes, thank you all for stopping by. Thank you for all the support. As always, it means a lot to me. Hope everyone has a good rest of their day. And a good week, because it is the start of the week. Again, next stream will be on Wednesday, finishing up Shadow the Hedgehog, and probably continuing Ring Racers, actually, because that was fun, as much as I complained about the AI a bunch, which is the normal Ring Racer experience, from what I gather. But I would like to keep playing this on stream. And with that, my brain is shutting down, I think, because I've been streaming for 3 hours. Like, do I try a raid? Like, should I? I'm almost like, what if we raid someone different? But I'm like, who? I feel like I had a raid message in mind, but I don't think I can actually use it if it's not someone I'm, like, familiar with. Something that came up during Guilty Gear, but I don't think I want to go with that because of that. See, I'm almost thinking something like with Ring Racer specifically, but it's just turning into the Eggman copy pasta, but with, like, the rival AI, and again, that might be a little much for a raid message, depending on who we're raiding. Something about getting it in years with getting it in 10 seconds. I'm blanking on that reference, to be honest. Which is probably a sign that maybe I should just call it here. Or just... Oh, drift, right. I'm tired. I'm definitely not all here. Whew. But yeah, thanks everyone for stopping by. I'm being indecisive at the moment, which is probably just a sign that I should just call it here. So apologies for anyone who wanted to do a raid, but I definitely think I should just sign out for now. So yeah, take care everybody, and I'll hopefully see y'all again in the future. Bye bye!